Hello, I'm Karen, and in this video we're actually going to be adding sleeves to our cardigans. Okay, so I've got you the teddy bear's cardigan in front of me because the teddy bear's sleeves are done slightly differently, and I'm going to share with you how to do this because we do a reduction. If you're doing the adults cardigans, you need to actually to start tapering it in because the armhole is quite big. I've actually just kept it plain for the Sucky Lips Dolls cardigan, or for the newborn size cardigan, so it's just like a plain sleeve. And for the teddies, I decided that I would just do a little taper first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you how to do the tapered size. I'm going to share with you obviously both of them, but so on the first video where I was showing you how to do the top section, your piece will end up like this if you just had one of the fans underneath the arm, or it'll end up more like this one if you've actually decided to do the three. But either way, you should have ended with the little loops at the end ready to do your edging. Okay, so for what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to just change my colour of yarn. I'm actually using, this is called Warm Desert. It's a sort of an orangey colour, and so we're going to work underneath the armpit. So I'm going to twist my yarn onto my hook to start off with, and in the V8 stitch that I showed you, we've actually got a lovely place to work right in the middle of the armpit there. We're going to slip stitch that into place, and we're going to do a chain of 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. If you want to do just the normal one like I've done for the baby dolls, for the Sucky Lips doll, we're going to work 2 more stitches into there, just so that, and you're just going to keep working around. I'm going to share with you how to do the tapered one because it actually happens over 2 rows. So you're going to do 1 stitch there, and you're going to work, so whichever style you're doing, the next place you're working to is actually the corner section of the beginning section that we did. So we're going to work 3 of the double crochet or treble crochet if you're in the UK stitches into there. Yep. And then you're going to do 3 into the next one there. So this is just so that you know how to actually do the taper, because it happens over 2 rounds, and I just wanted to make sure that you're actually going to be able to do that if you are doing the bigger cardigans for the adult sizes or for bigger children. Okay, and said my patterns are available for sale in my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop is called Cottage Cake. I will actually put the description, the pattern things in the that didn't come out right, did it? I'm going to put it in the links into the description box where you can actually go and access these, and make sure that you've got those things available if you want to be able to use those. So this is the final corner as I've gone round, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this beginning chain, which is now looking really, really strange because it's pulled over there. So what you're going to do is you're going to work into the, just move that tail end out of the way, you're going to work into the very top stitch of the actual chain, not into the actual post, into the chain there, and you're going to slip stitch to join. Underneath, you can go underneath 2 strands if you can, or you can just go underneath 1 loop into that chain there. I'm just going to go underneath 1 loop. I'm going to slip stitch to join. It does pull it by going underneath 1 loop, but you can see that, look. If I've gone underneath 2, as we'll go back and we'll go underneath 2, just so you can see, it is a lot neater stitch. So go underneath 2 loops and pull together, and it looks a lot neater. Okay, so then what you're going to do now is, whoops, I've got myself tangled up, is you're going to now slip stitch into that actual space there where you've actually, in between the post and the, so that's in between the chain 3 and your little fan, and you're going to do a chain of 3 and work 2 double crochet to complete your fan there, and then you're going to work in between the fans as you go around. Okay, like that, and then in between the fans again. So this sleeve here that I'm doing is the left sleeve, as if the person was actually wearing it. So we've come to the left side of this chain. Okay, on the opposite side you're going to skip across, you're going to miss that bit out, and you're going to work to this bit first. This will help it so that as you, the way the pattern sits, it makes the chain sit nicely and the cardigan sleeve look nicer. So I'm just going to go all the way around and show you how this is actually doing a reduction. So let's just get to that point there, and we've got one more I think to go there. So this is the left side, as if you was wearing it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to skip out this section here. We're not going to work in that one, and we're going to actually slip stitch into the top of, so we did a chain of 3 coming up there, and we've got the 2 posts. Can you see that? We want to go to the little chain and try and get underneath the 2 stitches again, not into the actual gap like I just did there. We want to go underneath 2 loops of that chain and then slip stitch to join. And there you can see what we've done is we've actually reduced the actual size of the actual hole that we're actually doing it. And so then what you continue to do, so we'd slip stitch across into the tops of the stitches like so, and then into there, and then you'd actually just continue with actually making your 3 double crochet, and you just continue now, so that when you go around, sorry my stitches have gone a bit baggy there, but never mind, we're just going to keep on going because it's just a demonstration. It's not like it's actually, we're not aiming for perfection. I'm just showing you how I do it. And then we're going to go into this next one here and do these like this. I'm not sure how long we'd actually need the sleeve to be, because on the actual Antonio Joan doll I actually didn't add sleeves onto the first cardigan. So I think what we can do is, I've got enough time for this video, we're going to do a measurement on the actual doll. So I don't think I said in the other video, I think I put it in the description box though, you needed to do, so there was 7 rows from underneath the arm down for the Antonio Joan doll. And then we're going to, so now we're back to the beginning, we slip stitch back into the 3rd chain of that first little fan, and you just keep on going like that until you want to do another reduction. When you want to do another reduction, you just do a chain where you, so if I was going to do another reduction, I'd have a chain on this particular one and keep working, and then I would only work one side of it so it reduces down. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to pull that tail end. This is looking very jazzy, isn't it? And we'll get the Antonio Joan doll, and we'll just quickly take off this cardigan here and then put on this one and see how does this actually fit there. Oops, careful not to, I've got little loops that's tangling things up. And get your arm in the other hole. Sorry Dolly. There. So to be fair, I think, so as we look, you see, so it's lower down this side, but it's actually coming up to the, so it's harder actually to work with the Antonio Joan doll because you can't stretch out the arms so that they would actually be straight. I think that one more row definitely would be needed just to bring it up so that we've actually got a nice fit, but it would come further up there, so potentially not. But it's entirely up to you if you wanted to actually do it. But we can see that's caused this to happen underneath there, so we've actually got slightly bigger gaps. We get the Teddy cardigan back, you can see that that does happen there. But honestly, with all of the gaps in the cardigan that you're using anyway, it really, when it's on Teddy, it look lovely. Let's get Teddy back, because Teddy's got straighter arms to be able to work with, so it was easier to do the design with Teddy there. And so when it's on, it's actually underneath the armpit, so it's not that you're really going to see it, but even if you do, it's not like it's something extraordinarily ugly or anything, and it gives you that lovely taper to be able to do it that way around. The other way of actually doing, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this one off, the Antonio Joan doll. The other way of doing a reduction is slightly harder, I suppose, if you're a new crocheter, but if you want to actually try to do this, you can. So what I did on my other ones, it does cause a bump though to happen, so we'll slip stitch over into the next one and into the next one there. And what I did is I slip stitch into there, I did 1, 2, 3, I worked two, like the 2 stitches there, and then I didn't actually, I don't think I did. What I did, come back, I did one of those ones. So I did the yarn over to that point and then yarned over into the next one and just did 2 like that and worked the whole thing together to bring it together. But as you go around, as you actually then move to the next section, I'll show you. I know this is a bit weird, but I'm trying to show you the best that I can, and it's a little bit fiddly because it is the smaller size. But as you can see, look, now you can see we're getting a bump, and that's what happened with my larger cardigan. If I get my larger cardigan, hang on, and get the sleeve so you can see. So you can see we got the, so I did, what I did is I did these in because it was a prototype, I actually did each row of 5, and you can see it causes these bumps, but I really liked it. I just thought it made a really cute pattern. That one obviously I didn't do any more reductions, and I just thought it's just so different. If you wanted to actually have that kind of effect going off, it sort of gives it, well, it's almost like little castle thing going off, isn't it? But yeah, so that's the different option that you've got to be able to do that. And then when you actually, oh, I'm all tangled up, bring this back. So then what you do, so we're just going to keep on going like we've done that reduction round. I'm conscious again of time. Oh, it's all right, I've got time. This is going to be a really long and weird sleeve. I'm going to have to undo all of this, obviously, if I want to make a proper cardigan for this doll. And then we're going to go to there, 1, 2, 3. We're getting back to this beginning section where I did this reduction. So what I do is slip stitch into this section here, like that. Oops, there. And then when you're actually going round the next time round, you work a fan at this side of that reduction and a fan at the other, so then you don't work in the middle of it, but you can see how it's actually narrowed that right down by doing that. So it's made it really tiny. Now, to be honest, I don't think we're going to be able to manage to get baby's hand and everything through there for the Antonio Joan doll, but on the bigger sizes, that's what happens, and you get this little bump. So just so that you're aware that that is something that's going to happen. So you can do your sleeves to how you want to do them. So obviously it's your cardigan, your design. Well, it's my design. I'm telling you different ways that you can actually use it. So you choose which design you would like out of the options that I've actually shared. So there we go. So we've actually showed you how to make the cardigan, this sleeve on there. So remember, if you're doing this kind of reduction, on the left sleeve you work to the left of the post, and on the right sleeve you work to the right of the post, because you don't work, because if you did 2 each side you wouldn't be reducing it, so you've got to do a reduction. Okay, so that's that bit there. So I decided that when I was doing the Antonio Joan doll not to have any sleeves on it because I didn't feel that it needed it. Okay, so on the next video what we're going to do is we're going to be sharing how to add the hood, and I'm going to be sharing with you how to sew it and also what to do, because we actually do end up with quite a point on the end, so I'll share with you how to actually resolve that matter as well. Okay, so thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing, and as always, bye for now.